And if Falcons want to win this game, the best spot is to overtake Rock. So Rock are trying to hold it down, but they're also afraid that Dinos could try to grief them, as Hal is the first one to get taken out. Guild has a Nox grenade, he sends it down, controls a good amount of that space. I love it. Takes the Ultra Portal right outside the other side of the Rock, and Cersei getting knocked by Waltzy, Guild dancing around not only the portal, but the other side.
This is like Guild's specialty, is like winning fights that he just shouldn't be able to win. He just finds that great angle, catches them, by surprise there with the Nox grenade after Hal's got knocked. The question is, can Waltzy, does he even want to take that portal? Can he pull them back? Is there any way for Falcons to reset from this point?
Oh man, Rocket eliminated actually from the back! Dinos!
Wow.
They actually griefed Rook! That is insane. I was worried if Shopify could have done something similar to Falcons, but Shopify were just so fixated on the fights that were happening over by Stormcatcher. Now look at this. Zainu is left trying to stay alive. The caustic gas traps could only provide so much cover to work with, and now the ring is closing in behind his backs. It's the 1v1 of Falcon's Rat, and the Falcon's Rat from Waltzy wins. Shopify are eliminated. They're in the top 4, and now it's up to Dinos to clean up the rest.
Yeah, they know where those shots came from, and Waltzy, he's trying to dance through the void here, but it's not going to last for very long. He'll go down in third, but does net 7 placement points for the team. Dinos, who took over that position up north with Rock, and now going to take Buckle Boys, who land in Stormcatcher, and apparently have just yeeted themselves away into the zone, Vicky. Interesting way to finish that one.
Crazy Thieves aren't giving up this high ground. They're dancing around the top side of the roof. It's up to Jen. Gets the finishing blow with the hemlock, but having to put down the dome right after they saw the wrecking ball does not help them out, because Phony is back on the high ground to get a shield swap, and he's down to a solo.
Damn, I really thought their position on the high ground was going to be solid, but yeah, was it the altar portals? Crazy Thieves, unfortunately, just down to 1.
Now with 7 squads left here, Phony trying to stay alive. Being on a Valkyrie is great for a zone like this until the top of this building is closed in on by the ring, because at least you have more of that verticality. You could dance around the bombardment. He's going to get information right now, take it to the skies. He has the purple perk that lets him take the skyward dive faster, so you don't have that startup. You don't have the risk of the ring doing even more damage. And look at this. Neighbors here, as we see Flat on the other side. Bubble Slushy tried to stay alive. The zone closing in forces out this bubble, and now we have at least 1 bombardment. You don't have another one to follow up and look like right afterwards here, and Crook sends it down at their feet. D just is trying to stay alive, being one shot.
Purple Slushy, oh my god, and trying to turn other people into a Slushy right now. They're in the death boxes in front of them. They're out of zone soon. They can't rely on this bubble for much longer. And Legacy have a great spot looking down upon other people. No ultic cells in the backpack for Jaguares, but he's got 1 bombardment left to use.
And you're saying, don't forget, I am the captain now, a presidente for a reason. All those shield cracks, by the way, just music to my ears. Flat still playing for their dear life, as now Legacy move up. Unreal Nightmare get dove on, and now Unreal Nightmare having to stay alive, losing out on Davis, but they wanted to take off their opportunity to find some free KP. They follow up. Legacy still a full 3-man in this final zone to take the dub. They started off slow with some connection issues. They bring Yanya back. They drop double-digit KP, and they take game number 2.
They predicted perfectly. They know where they are. They grab a couple of extra KP, and right now, Glitter, they've got a lot of space to themselves. They're not quite in the zone just yet, but as that ball fails to destroy the Maggie, as the dome, I thought that would have hit. Apparently not.
I think it bounced just off to the side of it, so they weren't getting the result they wanted, but still, somehow the breach charge comes through. Things are working in Dino's favor right now. I mean, this is a very strong push from the last like 3 fights they've done to gain this position, Genome. Dinos have done exactly what they needed to do.
They just can't be stopped right now. I mean, these guys are on such a tear. They do need to get Jay Future back up here, but they have cleared space for themselves. They found themselves in the zone, and now it's up to Shopify Rebellion, who have been biding their time. As we said, as we predicted right from the start, good priority into these wall zones. They've used it well. They've got 6 kills so far this game. And now an amazing drill coming out from Koiful. He's got infinite ammo. If you've got power ramps, putting them on Maggie can be super helpful for exactly positions like those. You can just absolutely obliterate teams who are trying to hide behind cover.
You see this solo ratting here. We've got Crook for Purple Slushy, just barely safe, just barely alive. Oh no, as I say that, he does finally go down. We're down to top 3 squads. You've got Gambler, Shopify Rebellion, and Dinos trying to hold whatever space available there is. But Dinos are the only ones closest to where the circle will eventually move. Shopify are going to have to leave this building, start to push in, and they keep looking Dinos' way. So Dinos might be in a bit of a pinch.
Yeah, that's all you need to worry about when you've got 3 teams left in the zone. You need to have a plan to force the other team to fight the other team. The other team. It's all about trying to force them into each other, right? That's it's what you need to do. You see, Koi is the first to go down, though. This is not great. Zainu's also hit the floor, and with the advent of hemlocks everywhere, knockdown shields are not what they used to be.
You know, those are still massive kills out of Dinos. Even if they aren't able to capitalize on this, they still got a lot of KP down. Nice with the punch. Shopify eliminated. Dinos now secure top 2.
DJ against the last 3, though. They know exactly where he is, and with some care package weapons, Gamblers will take the dub, but not before Dinos add another 13 kills to their tally.
To the air, but they're feeling themselves here. Shopify now look back, Legacy eventually get eliminated. This is what you could expect in a zone like this. And Huss being on that northern side here, looking at Shopify. Gamblers also uncontested as they move in to wrap up behind Crazy Thieves as Unreal Nightmare get eliminated.
Yeah, gosh, I really hope that CRT are watching that side, because Gamblers are slipping up behind them here. All right, Jelly, as you mentioned, he's got the Kraber infinite ammo combo. It's a little too close range to be using that right now, but it doesn't matter because he's hitting all of the wingman shots.
And the follow from Kinchi to set up a thermite right before they were able to hide behind the wall when that last wingman shot also hit that second player. Man, a lot to break down from these fights. Crazy Thieves now still inside the middle part of Energy Bank are dancing around these portals. Gamblers now want to wrap up fully behind Huss because those are the only 2 teams on the north side of zone, while nobody's going to be bothering Crazy Thieves here.
Gamblers did not take that opening to go up against Crazy Thieves. They went very far the other way, looking to, you know, potentially just steal a couple of kills away from Huss. But as I said, that fight that they won against Purple Slushy is probably the most important thing that they will do this game. Now that they're looking down on the other 2, it's not just that, Vicky. The zone ends like right on their station. The other teams will have to climb up, I believe. So it's not like they even can wait them out. They can't wait for Crazy Thieves to jump down or something like that. It's just going to be incredibly hard for them to do anything, especially when Phony's also got an infinite ammo Kraber.
Okay, and the fact that Phony 2 is on the altar, the 150 is going to force that player to back away. Could that have been the player there with the Kraber in hand now as Phony sends out the altar reset portal off the ultimate. More teams move up. Huss playing off the low ground, hugging the side of the wall where they only have to really focus down on Gamblers. Kraber shot after Kraber shot. Jelly is not only the kill leader with 7 KP, but look at his damage. Almost a 3K right here. He gets the automatic reload on here on the Kraber. Can we get another one? Oh, shooting blind. It's okay here. He's still putting on the pressure genome, and look at the amount of caustic barrels too that's up on the high ground, waiting for anybody who wants to move up on an ultra portal here. Now they're gonna have this 3v3 fight here. They find the follow-up on the Nox, and you know Crazy Thieves want in on the action with 1 down from Huss, and this is all for Crazy Thieves to feast on, even trying to end it with a quick little Kraber shot, on the trick shot. But Crazy Thieves, we were talking about finding that momentum, finding that confidence, and they do so for match number 4. Been here for a very long time. I mean, so long that there is not even any heavy ammo in Drop's hands for the Hemlock, so he's forced to use this alternator.
Team Burger was not able to survive in that tiny little corner. They do eventually go out, which opens up a lot of space for Legacy down there. Meanwhile, GK is over here with Purple Slushy in the vicinity, knowing that as they move down this building, there could be potential for these teams to collapse on each other. They decide to try and bring the fight to Purple Slushy and see if they can maybe start things off with a little bit of an advantage.
Now, with so many other teams here with 5 squads left, look at the direction on how Falcons have to approach this next zone. Exhibit for exhibit, it'll look like a Venn diagram or even the Epcot ball here. But you know what? With the way that AG is currently playing, Legacy actually over on the south side have those death boxes to get the shield swap. And they know their backs are cleared until the raid portal gets taken. They weren't expecting this one. The wrecking ball is met as they all get pushed into Yanya's line of sight. Goes in for a repositioning opportunity, but they take that portal right back. They're not chasing this because they know the final ring is closing, but they can try to expect it. The portal goes down and they're forced to rotate right before their eyes. They want to make sure that they can steal this KP and not let anybody else pick it up. As Falcons, Hal takes the opportunity. Gamblers get eliminated.
Yeah, Gamblers just had to go straight towards where Falcons were. There was no safe place for them to play after Legacy forced them out. Legacy now have the entire western half of this circle to themselves. Purple Slushy and GK Esports still stacked on top of each other with Falcons on the lookout. Friday making their move in.
Trying to back away, Yanya, who's one shot, no, Juarez gets out, and Falcons, very quiet, are trying to pick up on the call. Nice scan here from Hal, predicting exactly where Yanya is and being able to get that preemptively. As some awareness now, it's up to Kyozi to stay alive. Can another team be their saving grace as Legacy cling on for dear life? And GK being right above them, they could be just that. Knock now comes in with the alternator. He's picked up the car and he gets a shield swap here. No caustic for them to worry about. Hopefully they can reset with their health in general. Purple Cells, you get eliminated. 2 squads left. It's gonna be GK versus Falcons here.
It was just enough time for GK to get back up to a 3, but they are not a healthy 3, and Team Falcons are moving in aggressively.
No.
Hal takes a lot of damage. Waltzy goes down, and 3 are up on GK, but not for long. It's down to a duo on GK as well. Dropped, and Keon trying to close this out, and GK Esports take home match number 5.
Smart on GK to play to their position from the very beginning. Even if it gets a little scary where you're forced to bunker down, they worked into their team comp with the caustic. They held height. They may not have had a lot of bullets, but they got the win on top of some KP here, Glitter. Very similar outcome here within EMEA in a very similar zone too. And now Gamblers, looking down at the teams that are trying to force this reset, are moving forward. Shopify clinging on for dear life as a duo, putting down the caustic barrel just so that way they can drop down, knowing that you're going to take a good chunk of that damage. He pulls up the shield bat. A nade in his direction means that he has to get out because he's going to get knocked. And there you go. MT with a clutch nade. Following up, though, can they get the full revive now that the zone's closing in behind their backs? It's another bombardment. You get a bombardment. You get a bombardment. It doesn't help when all these KPs have 3 bombardments in their pocket. Dropped. Welcome here to the KP in addition to what GK Esports has put on the board for themselves on E-District.
Yeah, Shopify only 1 point behind them though, so Gambler's 3rd place is at risk of getting taken away. Oh! Big nades coming out from Dino. They'll be happy for any KP they can get. DJ is down though. We do need Chaos to drag him back. No cover from the bubble, but they still managed to reset.
The fact that they also could get away from the bombardment, but something that Shopify Rebellion don't have to do, as they're hiding behind all the caustic barrels. Look at this, literally hiding in a corner, and everyone's had enough. Shopify do get eliminated, and unfortunately for them, that also means that they don't get the KP confirmed when you see the reses from the defensive bombardment that they put down from their Gibby. Now Dinos make their move. They're hungry, and there is no meteor to make them extinct if anything right now. They're living in Jurassic Park in the E-District edition, and DJ's got the Kraber as well as the infinite ammo in hand.
After they got that respawn, apparently Shopify Rebellion got kidnapped. I don't know who, but I'm gonna guess it was DJ Killer at the way he is putting these portals out with abandon here. 3 squads left alive. Purple Slushy will be looking to third party this, but Dinos have cleaned this up so cleanly that they're now going to have to run into the waiting arms of DJ Killer's Kraber.
Dinos now sit in first place here. They got the KP, they got the placement, and they try to take the 3v3. If anything, Pluto, though, is taking a good chunk of that damage, having to be careful with the notch grenade set forward. Gibby Dome for Gibby Dome. You get the 150, you get the follow-up, the caustic gas does the rest. And now this is Dinos in a very clean fight here. Next comes the next bubble. They're all plus a 3-man, and Dinos, they take first place for the day and first place for our final game.
Hot damn, that's the second win on the day for Dinos. They start with a win and they will bookend it with one as well. This squad is nobody to be trifled with.
With the Ultra Portal, and VP are looking at them. No team is actually coming in from the east side. They're scared of VP, and this is the chaos that you can expect as HM are trying to stay alive. They get the next knock. They don't get the finishing blow, but can they stay alive? As Nono wants to make sure that they can at least get the KP. He survives at 1 shot, but Chaotic Much, he's not letting him go. And on the other side, that KP is stolen because For Fun now are coming to wrap up and gatekeep Fishes while VP are looking at their backs.
There's nowhere to play. The teams aren't even looking at the zone. They are literally just looking at the teams walking in alongside them and saying, well, I hope I get these 3 KP because God knows I'm not going to be able to get anything else. VP are just running this lobby right now. Here they go, trying to grab a few more kills onto For Fun Esports as DSK and the Vicious just cling to dear life on the outskirts of this ring.
It's perfect here, too. It's like, you know, for VP, Christmas came a lot early, and now they get to fully profit off of this. Presses looking to the left side here, just being able to get any sort of shield stop. He's got the Kraber in hand. Can he make the play happen? Love this, too, because with the zone closing in the next 35 seconds, they know that these teams are feeling all the pressure. It's VP looking at Vicious and DSK on the other side of Vicious, as Vicious cannot clutch up the res, and Vicious get eliminated now. It's up to DSK, or not a full man, by the way. VP are looking to fully ape and take this first game. No can do on the rest. VP are alive and healthy, and they take game number 1.
Oh my God, that was way too easy for VP. You can see that win coming like 2 to 3 circles earlier.
Yep.
Lo and behold, Alliance do find the evac and make their way into prime spot in zone. But just as I was hoping we'd get the straight up 3v3 between our favorite rivalry, Alliance and Aurora. Stay healthy, pinch them from the north, and I don't think Alliance have got any way to get out of this.
A tale as old as time. As Aku gets a next knock, Effect follows up to find Aku, by the way. And now Alliance are down to 1. They're trying to cling on for dear life, but there's no 3P to save him. And Aurora having the crypto, they have the information. Look at Hiraka's gonna be able to give them that info. Unlucky, just trying to stay alive, but Oirain missing out on these crucial RE45 shots while there's still a team trying to reset from underneath the bridge being stay healthy.
I mean, he's got almost a naked RE45 just trying to put down the last member of Alliance, who's found a nice little spot in zone. Meanwhile, 4 other teams are sitting on the eastern side of zone. And as you can see, time is ticking down. 5 seconds before they have to start making their way towards the waiting arms of Aurora.
Oh, the Hemlock breach charge is the nail in the coffin, ending game 2's run for Alliance. Well, Aurora, they're sitting on the other side of this zone, but a res happening. Stay healthy. Actually get the res onto Guts right on top of the Moby that was placed down by Alliance originally in the middle of this zone where Aurora is sitting.
5 teams left alive. For Fun Esports take over the spot where Alliance were trying to hold in the middle and make EU great again. Look like they do have a port in zone, but these rocks that they're all hiding behind are offering such scant cover that Aurora are continuing to pick up more and more kills. 7 to their name so far.
Oh, they're farming. They're farming right now. This is what happens when you hold that south side of barometer in a zone like this. Blesses you. EMP coming in as it tries to blow up on top of everybody as they were taking those Wraith portals. Effect now is going to be the front liner looking on the other side of Make EU Great Again. They have to be careful. Kiner was looking ahead, and it's going to be the Make EU Great Again versus Aurora. Not trying to get overzealous as Aurora with 9 KP, but Make EU Great Again have momentum. They have 12 KP in total right now, Gino.
And look at this Effect trying to take the angles here, trying to close the net on them. He comes around on the caustic, throwing barrels into their face. Look at this, they have to take so much damage just to push into him.
He is so smart. He makes them wrap on the other side into the line of sight of the rest of his team for Aurora to take game number 2 with heavy KP. 12 KP to their name on top of the dub. Wait, this is great here, too, because it kind of sent out Light to scout ahead, and it's going to be team after team. The skies are congested. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's landing Valkyries. It's bubble for bubble, bombardment for bombardment here, especially with the purple perk. You get not 1, not 2, but 3 of those bombardments here. Stay healthy, are trying to stay healthy with the Newcastle Reds. You get the passive healing at the same time. While everybody is focused on fighting each other, dome bubble after dome bubble, they clip henchman's wings. No more Valkyrie. No more bandits here, and it's been non-stop. VP, they literally saw the grieving happen right before their eyes, terrified. It's like the William Dafoe meme when he looks up to the sky and there's a huge shadow over his head, and now VP are down to a rat who is just trying to play their life. Here, let's see, they do have a replicator, by the way, that was in front of their face. It would be so crazy if they manage to find a spot to get a res, so we're gonna have to see, because VP may actually play for that res. Alliance in the rock over to the north side of where Stay Healthy is, and Stay Healthy are fixated in this fight with Make EU Great Again.
The fact that Stay Healthy were able to stabilize even a little bit after all of that chaos. Taskmaster is going to be the one that's trying to keep VP's hopes and dreams alive. Will he be able to do it? Able to take to this guy yet again. It buys him a moment of reprieve, but not enough. VP is finally eliminated. Stay Healthy still holding out behind this wall. The combo of those two big boys keeping them alive for so long will make you great again, are struggling down there in the water. It is Alliance who has completely turned these tables on their heads. They now have space in the water, plus that wall that they're playing behind, and no one's looking at them.
And you know what? I do like Bubble Express. This makes a lot of sense. Oh my goodness, gets the finishing blow. Make EU Great Again are out of this lobby. Last 3 squads left, and it's a triangle for these teams with the ring closing in behind For Fun. They're in the worst spot, honestly, because everybody is looking at them. Alliance are looking at For Fun. Stay Healthy are focusing on For Fun for right now because they have a lot more space to work with versus Alliance, who are out in the open in the middle of the water. It's just been water zones consistently on Storm Point, and now For Fun, they slam down. They're trying to make moves happen, but it's inevitable here. You got to deal with bombardments. You see the Newcastle res, but both Alliance and Stay Healthy want this free KP.
Super unfortunate for Fun Esports, as they were the kind of the meat in this sandwich, and now Stay Healthy are moving in on Alliance for the final fight. Are they going to be able to get the rest or not?
No.
Stay Healthy move in. They continue getting these knocks. It's just down to a duel for Alliance with 0 health on one of them, and in the end, Stay Healthy is the one who takes home match number 2.
I'm so surprised that they lost one of Alliance right there.
But now, No tries to make the portal here to go towards zone. He'll be met by Nasky and Make EU Great Again, as well as Eclipse when he gets there. Is the portal safe? Can his team take it? It doesn't look like it. He's down already.
I love how we're seeing so much of the Wingman. Wingman's never got anywhere, it looks like here, but Kiner has gone down, and Nate is just dancing around off the portal and finding 2 players right at his feet. That is so unlucky after going into the phase. Nasky says for free, gets to pick up another KP right there and gets a shield swap as well. But looking at the action says, all right, well, that's none of my business. I'm just going to try to play low instead, because Aurora are also trying to stay alive. They lost out on effect originally. Oiran looking to the left side, and even with some of these RE45 shots, he's still at blue. Hierarchus still alive. He's got an RE himself, but he's sees one player, the Watson, playing off of the Chen and the clutch. All these teams are collapsing. 4 squads left. And remember, Novo, who was the only team in that next zone, are looking at these. All these teams collapsing into one another. The 2 teams, VP and Eclipse, For Fun now on the back end side, and they're looking to 4P.
Yep, 3 teams on the bridge with Novo Esports looking at all of them, just licking their lips, waiting for the chance to come here and clean it up. If they can find a nice third party, they should win this game. 3 teams left alive now. Virtus Pro really want to be able to take out Eclipse below them, but they know as soon as they do, they're probably going to be opening themselves up to angles with Novo across from them. All teams have a few kills to their names, hoping that this gash pushes them out of position and avoids having to, full send here.
The fact that VP is also trying to make a move and sending one player out to be behind Novo is big. They're thinking 10 steps ahead, as Prestis, being on the Mad Maggie, gonna be able to wrap up to look at Novo. VP playing this with confidence while Eclipse are forced to play off the low ground. Difference is, Taskmaster being on the Pathfinder, no, your eyes do not deceive you. That is a Pathfinder on the screen. We've been seeing a little bit more Pathy little by little, and there was 2 Pathfinders in this entire lobby, and VP were one of them. Slab from Novo, trying to take a different off angle. They need to prevent VP from walking up for free here.
Oh, they do. Okay, now just down to VP and Novo. Will we get a Pathfinder dub here? It's been banned in scrims in EU before. I don't think it's been banned in game days yet, but here we go. Virtus Pro are trying to move up even further. Second place already, but they are just having such a good day so far.
Oh, this is the difference, too, between not having a seer. They swing in, the grapple's not enough into the open line of sight of Slab, and this is all for Novo to take for game number 4.
That is tough. Eventually, as you say, there's just too much push and pull on either end of them, and they do just break eventually. Aurora will be part of that as they take them down. Eclipse now next in their sights. We've got a Mamma Mia rat in the middle trying to make this happen, and HM are looking down upon Make EU Great Again, who have once again made it to a top 6, probably even a top 5 very soon. Just an insanely consistent day from Nasty.
Honestly, I love seeing this out of Mega. I like them proving that their play style can work, and not only that, but put them at the top of the leaderboard. Is that where they currently sat heading into this match? But now we've got HM in the general vicinity. You can see Nasky and squad on the low ground, knowing that there are teams above them. Alliance is on the other side of this building as well. So whenever these teams start moving, this is going to be absolute chaos.
Oh my god, Akko has 9 kills this game so far.
Slay.
Yeah, that's he's been doing a lot of that lately, apparently. Incredible stuff. Aurora, we did get that fated fight, but who knows, maybe that'll be the final 3v3, as they do seem to be crushing some other teams in between them. Eclipse and Mega are 2 of those who could be next on the chopping block.
Yeah, they really needed to clear out Eclipse so that Aurora had a little bit of safety. They do exactly that. The solo on Mamma Mia is also limited. Somehow Alliance go down in all of this chaos. They are the first to drop out of that southern trio. And now it is HM and Mega and Aurora facing off in our top 3.
Okay, they're gonna... Looks like they should be able to get HM. They're just having a little bit of trouble getting past this Newcastle res, and wow, okay, they actually survived to second, but it'll be Aurora to easily clean that one up in the end, and they actually finish with 14 kills. Effect has so much aura that teams just assume they're probably a trio. They're just like, well, we're taking this much damage, surely there's a full team up there shooting at us.
Pixel is waking up right now. Defensive bombardment harasses Aski. Potassium in a really bad spot, but now Pixel have to move up, and they're still getting harassed by Make EU Great Again, who look like chameleons because they're not only just looking at Pixel, they're also looking at HM to their right. Eclipse also putting in some pressure onto Pixel, but we know what's happening with Effect and Aurora, who are making sure that their backs are cleared. They don't know that there is a solo right behind them here, and they see that one player. This is going to be free pickings for Effect. Potassium get eliminated. 10 squads now left.
I mean, these points are so crucial for Aurora. Who knows what's going to happen to Nasky and his team in the rest of this game, but they are 4 points now, 3 points ahead currently, and every point they pick up makes it a little bit harder for Mega to get on top.
And now, looking at how this Opal is and where the majority of these teams are, Making You Great Again, they try to take this fight versus Pixel, but they have momentum. Bubblegum gets one clipped. Nate finds that pick, but on the other side, it's going to be 3 tricks. He slides in, and Making You Great Again get eliminated here. Aurora now move up. They take their opportunity, and they take their lead in the first place spot.
That's it. Aurora have wrapped it up. They are more than 20 points ahead of anyone else left in this lobby. It is impossible for anyone else to overtake them now. Even as they go down, they'll go down with a smile on their faces.
They had to have known that that was making you great again. That was so smart. They get the push. They try to actually 3P that, but the reset is coming in. Pixel waking up in the very last game. Bombardment for bombardment. They're hanging up for dear life behind these knockdown shields. Nags, though, being on the Newcastle, could come out for a clutch res, but it's going to be difficult when you have another team looking at you. But thankfully, they're fighting, so they can try to go in for a reset here. Three trying to stay alive, but he gets beaten by the alternated. 3 men now get eliminated. 5 squads left as Nags goes for another res.
Oh my god, they're just trying to get this out, but there's a bombardment on top of them. Can he get his one last res here as the catalyst goes down? We've got an infinite ammo Kraber, literally the scariest thing in the game right now. If Pixel Lumina didn't have enough kills already this game, you can see 8 assists on Tricks there. They are going for even more. Everyone is going to be ducking for cover.
Nags is like, I'm trying to dance. I'm trying to have fun here and swing, but everyone's looking at me. 3 Tricks. Pathfinder, by the way, with the Kraber in his hands. What year is he? Tries to get another crazy shot out here as he's holding onto high ground. But as Pixelumina are holding onto a great spot, the path less contested. It's Mamma Mia, Stay Healthy, and Pixel. And this is for Pixel as he gets the knock with the Kraber.
Oh my, swing on him. Come on. Grapple on him and just hit him with the Kraber. At this point, Pixel Lumina have 17 kills. Can they make it 20, Vicky?
Oh! No way. There's no way you actually peek that, but the dome goes down. You have no other choice but to hide behind a knockdown shield. And right now, this is all for Pixel Lumina to feast on. There's still 3 squads left. Girl, you have to be careful. Stay healthy. They're playing right underneath their box. And Bubblegum, he dropped down, gets overzealous, and gets picked off. This would have been a great spot for Pixel to just play patiently and buy with the ring closing in behind their backs, but they have to swing over to the left side. Newcastles are still alive. Stay healthy. Get eliminated. 3 Tricks now. The Pathy, can he clutch it out? The EMP dome, he takes the damage. And the Newcastle wall is the finishing blow. Mamma Mia, make the impossible happen, and they win the game for our final game within EMEA.
Oh no. He's just grappled to his death. Okay, I'm sorry for suggesting that he should grapple on them, but that may have been a premature call. Mamma Mia take the win here.